In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most kind, emotional intelligence is not how infrequently you feel anything bad because you have better discipline and wisdom not to. Two, it is not how easily you choose what you think, how you let it affect you, or how implicitly you react to any given situation. Real emotional maturity is how truly you let yourself feel anything, everything, whatever comes. It is simply the knowing that the worst thing that could ever happen is just a feeling at the end of the day. That's it, a feeling. Imagine the very worst. The only thing bad about it is how you would feel about it, what you would make it out to be, what you would assume the repercussions means, and how those would ultimately affect how you feel. A sense of fear, a pinch or throb or sting, a hunger pang or ego kick. The sense of worthlessness, the idea of not belonging. Interesting how physical feelings are always quick and transient, but the ideas we hold of pain always seem to stick around. But we avoid feeling anything because we have more or less pain thought that our feelings have lives in their own, that they will carry on forever if we give them even a moment of our awareness. Have you ever felt joy for more than a few minutes? What about anger? No. How about tension, depression, and sadness? Those have lasted longer, have not they? Weeks and months and years at that time, right? That's because those are not feeling, they are symptoms, but we will get to their causes in a minute. What you have to know is that suffering is just the refusal to accept what is. That's it. It is unearthing your traumas and embarrassment and losses and allowing yourself the emotions that you could not have in the moment that you were having those experiences. Is letting yourself filter and process what you had to suppress at the time to keep going, maybe even to survive. We all fear that our feelings are too big, especially in the moments we are actually having them. We would thought not be too loving, we would get hurt, too smart, we'd get bullied, too fearful, we would be vulnerable, to be complained with that what other people wanted us to feel as kids. We were punished for crying out it if our emotional experience was not in accordance with our parents' convenience. No wonder we still respond the way we do. The point is that you are not the one who is afraid of feeling too much. It's people who call you crazy and dramatic and wrong, the people who don't know how to handle it, who want you to stay where you are. Those other people who want you to keep not feeling, not you. You know how I know. Because your numbness is not feeling nothing, it's feeling everything. And never having learned to process anything at all. Numbness is not nothing. Neutral is nothing. Numbness is everything at once. Because your sadness is saying I am still attached to something being different. Your guilt is saying I fear I have done bad in someone's eyes, and your shame, I fear I am bad in someone's eyes. Your anxiety is your resistance to the process, your last grasp at control. You are becoming more and more aware that you do not have. Your tightness is your resistance to who you really are, the person you actually want to be. Your annoyance is your repressed anger. Your depression, biological factor aside, of course, is everything coming to the surface and you belowing down to stow it away. And your arrival at the conclusion that you cannot go on like this, that you are missing out, that you are off track and feeling stuck and lost is your realizing that you need no change your feelings. You just have to learn to lean into them and see what they are trying to tell you. Trying to change how you feel is like finding a road sign that points in the opposite direction of where you had intended to go and getting out to try to turn the sign rather than your course of action. And what happens when we throw away the emotions that accompany our experiences? Never give ourselves time to process, try to force ourselves into feeling any given way at any given time, is we disregard what will give us the ultimate peace, just annoying without judgment. So it's not about changing how you feel, it's about listening, not accepting what they appear to mean. There's important, but really following your instinct down to what they are trying to signal. They are how you communicate with yourself. Every feeling is worthwhile. You miss so much by trying to change every one of them away or thinking there are some that are right or wrong or good or bad or that you should have or should not, all because you are afraid that you will tell yourself something you don't want to hear. The feeling you most suppress are the most important ways you guide yourself. Your apprehension to listen is not your own desire. It's fear of being something more or less or greater or worse or simply different than those around you have impiled. In pride they will accept. When you choose to value having other people's acceptance over your own, you accept the fate of battling your instinct to assimilate to the needs of other people's egos. In the meantime, a world and lifetime of listening, leaning, allowing, following, perceiving, feeling, and experiencing constantly eludes you. Sadness will not kill you, depression won't either, but fighting it, we will, ignoring it will, trying to escape it rather than unconfront it will, denying it will, suffocating it will, allowing it no place to go other than your deep subconscious to embed and control you will. Not that you will take your life or destroy everything good you do receive, though you might, but it will kill you in that it will rob you of every bit of life you do have. You either let yourself feel everything or numb yourself into feeling nothing. You cannot select emotions. You are either in accord with their flow or in resistance of their nature. In the end, that choice is yours.